Hey, Dallas Bible Church. It's good to be with you again for our weekly marriage moment episode. I'm Brian Radabaugh, Associate Pastor, and I'm excited to be joined by Mike and Mariko Yaney. They are missionaries from Dallas Bible Church in Japan. Mike is a missionary there, and they are on furlough right now in the States for a little while, getting some R&R and kind of regrouping. And so you can be praying for them, be praying for their family. They have two kiddos, and they pray for their ministry back in Japan, pray for their family, pray for them while they're here getting rest, okay? And it's an honor to just be joined with them this evening. We're going to talk a little bit about marriage. We're going to continue our couples testimony. I've asked Mike just to share a little bit about his marriage to Mariko. And obviously it's a cross-cultural marriage and relationship. And just tell us a little bit about their experience. So Mike, I'm just going to ask you, how did you meet Mariko? How long have y'all been married? And just tell us a little bit about your marriage, maybe some things that y'all try to do to stay connected and keep your marriage healthy. And so I'm going to turn it over to you and let you share a little bit, Mike and Mariko.
Okay, thanks, Brian. We met actually in 2004. I was in language school at the time in Japan. I'd just gone there as a single missionary. And when you're in language school, you need to kind of search around for where you might work after language school. And I was doing that. And one Sunday, I just happened to go to Mariko's church. Had no idea that she was there. But she had just gotten off of a 2-year stint with Operation Mobilization, if you've ever heard of that. Mm-hmm. There's a ship called the Doulos, which has people from about 50 different countries, usually about 200 to 300 people on the ship that go around to different places in the world and minister. And Mariko had gotten off the ship actually just a couple of months before I went to her church. And so she had a fresh English experience because the common language on the ship is English. And her father, who is also there that Sunday, saw me walk in, knew that I could speak English, and thought it'd be a good idea for Mariko to talk to me. And we did that, and she had some questions about to do with at that point, not at all. So we just kind of exchanged emails, and as I went back to language school, I emailed Mariko a couple times, and then kind of became interested in developing a relationship a little bit more. Asked her if I could come down and just have coffee with her, and we just kind of developed a relationship gradually from there. Eventually, I asked her if she would be comfortable becoming a missionary wife. And she thought about that for a while and finally said yes. So from that point, I searched for an engagement ring, and then took another trip down to her area. We went to a park, and I proposed to her, and she said yes. So fast forward a little bit to actual marriage. We got married in Indiana. She didn't want to have a Japanese wedding. It's complicated and more expensive. And so she just wanted to make it simple. So we did that, and then began marriage. And wow, I won't go into tons of details, but it was really, really difficult. Mariko was leaving home really for the first time, other than the 2-year ministry that she had on the ship. But she basically, up until that time, was living with her family for her whole life. Moving away from her family 7 or 8 hours away by car, marrying a foreigner, marrying a missionary, totally new city for the first time in her life, and just a lot of new things. We have a language barrier, obviously. I'd just gotten out of language school when I moved to the town that I was going to minister in, and so without going into a lot of gory details, it was just hard. So that's why we worked through a lot of things. Well, we made a commitment to be married, and we need to work through things. So pray through things, talk through things, have a lot of patience. Just, I don't know. It's probably a lot of people can relate to this. How do we get through that? I really don't know, other than to say that God helped us through it. So looking back at all that, we got married in 2006. So it's been it's been 14 years. We just had our anniversary. And it's really, really different, much, much better, but we still struggle with things at times. But I think just the commitment and the patience that we have with one another, and getting to learn about each other over time, and knowing that Mike's this way and it's probably not going to change much, and Marty goes this way and he's not going to change much. But we also, I say that, but we have changed a lot, and God's changed us, and he's kind of brought Mariko, my way, and he's brought me Mariko's way, and we've kind of met in the middle about some things. But we still got a lot of things that we work through, even language and cultural things. You asked about what do we do to stay connected?
Yeah.
I would answer that by saying just spending time together as a family, especially on weekends when we have time. Just maybe going to a park or something, just getting away, taking a bat in the ball or a soccer ball or whatever, and just kind of being crazy and just kind of doing something different. And then also we have a really good church that we're connected to, and that's very, very important for us as a family. We, obviously go there every Sunday. Most of my ministry is through the week, so I don't have a lot of responsibilities on Sunday at all. For me to take a breath and sit there and be in church and talk to the church people. And also usually on Sunday afternoon, we'll choose somewhere to go eat as a family. So that's really, really important, and just kind of a good fresh start to a new week for us. So that's how I would answer that question. So.
Nice. That's awesome. Going to the park with a bat and ball and a soccer ball. That's a good way to connect and just have fun as a family. I love it. So let me ask this, Mike. Have you learned more Japanese, or has Mariko learned more English?
That's a good question. Well, I was to learn more Japanese because when I went to Japan, I knew virtually nothing.
There you go.
Mariko, before I married, obviously, she'd studied it in school and had this big 2-year experience. So, but her English is much better than my Japanese.
There it is.
I'll just say that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's good. Well, and Mariko, you can answer this question too. How can Dallas Bible Church pray specifically for you guys in your marriage and even in your family?
How can Dallas Bible pray for us? You and me and everything.
Pray for our patient. When we have so sometimes like really, especially me, emotionally, like upset or angry. So I need work on that. And so patient and love each other in our family. and we have to pray to God.
Mhm.
God help us. So I want people to pray about that, patient and love each other. So
And forgiveness.
yeah, forgiveness.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that's difficult.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's a really good one. Good. Well, hey guys, thank you so much for just taking some time and sharing your hearts with us. And we are honored to get to pray for you guys and with you for patience, for wisdom, for understanding, for forgiveness, for grace. We will pray for all of those things for you guys. Thanks for taking some time and being part of our marriage moment ministry here at Dallas Bible. And we are super excited to get to spend this time with you and look forward to seeing how God continues to bless your marriage, your family, and your ministry.
Thank you.
Thank you.